if you're struggling to do pull-ups and you want to be able to do them like this, and just do, 10 reps, even more than that, you're going to need to first train your grip. So your grip is a very important aspect of doing pull-ups. The longer you hold onto the bar for, or you have the capacity to hold onto the bar for, the longer you're going to be able to do pull-ups for. Therefore, the more pull-ups you're going to do. If you can only hold onto the bar for 10 seconds, given that you do 1 pull-up per second, which is really hard already, you're only going to be able to do 10 pull-ups. For most people, that's not even possible. So basically, the point of training your grip is your confidence is going to increase, and even more important than that, your actual strength is going to increase. If you can grip the bar really hard and you can grip it for long, you're going to be able to do more pull-ups. So the exercise that we're going to be doing is just a dead hang. A very simple exercise, but very important nevertheless. So just take an outside shoulder width grip, and what we're going to do is we're not just going to hang like that as if with some sort of monkey or something like that. We're going to actually hang with a certain technique. So we're going to put our feet together, which doesn't need to be on camera. It's quite simple and common sense. Just put your feet together, keep them straight out, hands outside shoulder width, and you can swing a little bit if you want. It's not too bad, as long as it's not a long swing. And yeah, just hold yourself here for as long as you can. Do 3 sets of it and time yourself each time and keep a record of it. And over time, you want to be able to hang for longer and longer. A good time to hang for is around 2 minutes. That means you're quite strong. So let's go on to the next variation. This next variation is a negative pull-up. So I always vouch for negatives because they're a really good way for you to build up strength. By doing the opposite of the movement that you want to do, you train exactly the same muscles that are being used in the movement that you want to do. So in this case, we want to learn our first pull-up, which looks like this. And if we can't do that, if we can't pull ourselves up, what we can do is start at the end, so start at the top, and then come down slowly. So you can start off here, or if you want, I can already do pull-ups, so for me this is an easy way to show it, but you could also go to a bar like this. It's a bit lower, so you can jump up to the top a bit easier. So if you jump up to the top like here, it's a bit easier. So that's another option. But it's the same movement, so what you're going to do is jump up to the top of the bar. Now from here, top of a pull-up, you come down slowly. Ideally, you come down between 5 to 10 seconds. So let me show you how it looks if you're doing it wrong. So if you jump up, that's too quick. You're not going to actually build any muscle or strength by doing that. You will build, but it's going to be about 10% of what you're going to build if you actually do it properly. So as I said before, shoulder width grip, same as you would with a pull-up, because you're trying to actually train good habits. Jump up to the top, now come down slowly. Just like that. This next exercise involves a band. So the band is going to act like a propeller or like a trampoline. It's going to thrust us up a little bit and let us do the pull-up without relying on our own strength too much. The band does help, but it doesn't do all the work for you. If it does all the work for you, then get a lighter band or just do other variations that I'm going to show in the video. But the band is really good because it allows you to perform the pull-up and builds exactly the same muscles as the pull-up does, as do with the rest of these exercises actually. So with the band, you just step into it. Show you my feet here. So I'm inside the band right now. Now from here, it's quite simple, just pull up, come down for around 3 seconds, and go again. Not much to explain here, you just step into the band and do your pull-ups with the band. The band's going to help you. The thicker the band, the more help you're going to get. The thinner the band, the less help you're going to get. Quite simple, but it's a good pull-up variation. This next variation is for complete beginners, and it's the best place to start if you just want to build back or bicep strength. The other variations I showed you for the pull-up are you actually doing pull-up variations. But this is a completely different movement, but it builds the exact same muscles that you need for the pull-up. And so this is basically an Australian pull-up. So what you do is you grab the bar, you just like shoulder width like this. Put your feet out straight ahead of you, and then pull your lower chest to the bar. It's gonna work exactly the same muscles, and it feels like you're doing your actual pull-up as well. Some common mistakes include bending your knees or legs. You want to make sure your legs are completely straight. And another common mistake is not sticking out your chest. So if I'm doing this, for example, the bent legs and knees, I don't really need to show it. It's quite simple to understand. Just keep your legs straight. But the place that you pull the bar to is important, and I'm going to show you how it looks if you're doing it wrong. So if I'm pulling my forehead to the bar, that's going to be more of a bicep exercise. I'm trying to work the back more because that's what I see most in the pull-ups. And again, if I'm not sticking my chest out, I'm actually rounding my chest like this. That's going to be incorrect as well. You want to make sure your lower chest is touching the bar and that you really squeeze your back at the top, just like this. Squeeze your back. In fact, I would recommend that when you get to this position here, you hold for 1 second, 2, or even up to 3 seconds at the top, just so you can feel what it's like to really contract your back, as that's going to help you with your mind to muscle connection and make your pull-ups a bit easier. So as I just showed you, for Australian pull-up for complete beginners, involves your feet on the floor. This is also an Australian pull-up, but your feet are going to be elevated. This is not for complete beginners, this is for someone who is very good at the Australian pull-ups and wants to make it a bit harder. So what you're doing by putting your feet on the floor is you're assisting yourself basically 100%. But with your feet up, less, and you're relying more on upper body strength to pull your body weight up. So just like this, you can grab a handle like this, get your feet elevated just like that. The legs straight, just as with the other Australian pull-ups, and make sure to stick your chest out and roll up just like that. Again, hold here for up to 3 seconds at the top. 2, 3. Alright guys, so to wrap up, there's all the pull-up variations. My quick tip for you is to use liquid chalk when you're training these, because it's going to allow your grip to be really strong, and hopefully you can get your pull-ups looking like this. If you think this helped, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.